audio, change audio. Co ja miałem kliknąć? Miałem zmienić wejście audio na słuchawki.
They don't hire people based on opinion. There's non-CCs with junk opinions.
Dobra,
Completely irrelevant.
start.
Like I said, it's just an opinion. It doesn't matter if he's a CC or not.
I have played
They don't
King's
defend us.
Bounty
Don't ask them,
1,
what do you think of
but
this?
not the original one from 80s or 90s or whatever it was. And of course I played Heroes of Might and Magic, all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I see that I have wrong language. Oh Jesus. That is why I don't play Polish. Because this is just horrible. How you can do that?
Everyone likes carriers? What?
Ustawienia. Chciałbym zmienić język. English, English. To na pewno będzie trzeba wyłączyć. This will have to be cut off. Of course, the sounds will be cut That is fantastic. Penalty for power is reduced by 1 when combined with other ideals. I have no idea what ideals are because I have just started the game. Plus 3 warfare tells me nothing. interesting. La. So that would be healing. If that would be a guy, I would took the paladin. It's always the most interesting and hard. Okay, bring it down. You cannot change the colors, gender. That is or maybe
Bro, wait.
Get up! Come on, hurry! The warden is calling! Are you really going to save Nostria, as they say?
That's an interesting opener. What are you driving at?
You can discuss it with Warden Valber. Come out of that cell, I'll escort you.
Well, if the warden himself is asking, how can a simple countess refuse?
Let's go. You know the warden doesn't like to be kept waiting. The sooner you get to his office, the sooner you'll learn everything. I can tell you this much. It's good news for you.
what the hell? I am supposed to walk.
Are you bored sitting in prison? I think you'll have fond memories of this time in future. During your 6 months inside, quite a lot has happened. Rumor has it the king is dying, and that Montier and the prince can't agree on how to divide power. I sense that we'll be seeing a fresh batch of prisoners soon.
The dwarves refused to supply us with firewood. They ran off to who knows where.
Where could they run? There's nothing but snow.
Why?
Your belongings are in yonder chest. Take everything or you'll freeze to death. The prison's warmer than outside, slightly. Pestilence has struck Montpetrie. The quarantine is everywhere. Mages forced to wear masks like common bandits. The undead are climbing out of their graves all over the Crown Lands. I wonder if the necromancers have returned, like in the olden times. It's a good thing Crucis is in the middle of Mactus knows where. Or Mactus is nowhere. The troubles can't reach us here. It's nice and safe.
If you run out, please.
Okay, I don't like it. They have to actually walk. You know, the story is fine, but
I ran out of battery.
that is just horrible idea. It's not what King's Bounty sounds.
I think we lost one if we ever
What are you doing here? Get away!
Okay. That was lengthy discussion. Give me a proper game, will you?
Disturbing news, Sir Warden. Something is rotten in the state of Nostria. There's a pestilence upon the Mage Factory. Refugees from that quarter are arriving at Marcella, but aren't being allowed into the city.
I wish we could kick some of these bastard prisoners here out into the cold.
Then the cells would all be empty. Because only the rottenest bastards serve time in our prisons.
It's so peaceful and quiet here. Have you not seen the living dead yet? Best not take the air near the cemeteries around Marcella. The undead are ferocious. They rage as if something had driven them from their graves at spear point.
What are mages good for anyway? Does no one at the tower care about the situation?
Ha! Mages. Almost all of them have gone to solve the problem at the Mage Factory. However much they investigate, they cannot find a solution.
Our Rossum is of the same ilk. His excessive smarts don't seem to do him any good.
What about Madame de Guillan's cellar? Do they still serve the best wines?
Are thoughts of wine the only thing floating around that brain of yours?
Oh, but of course. Madame de Guienne maintains the highest standards. Have you ever tried a fresh vintage of Fusk? When you're in Marcella, hit the park.
A wisecracker. Wow. Okay, that looks like taken from internet.
So much fuss and all for what? Who the hell do you think you are, making me wreak havoc in my prison?
I'm Catherine, Countess of Rigern. In case you've forgotten.
Well, well. I heard a little more than that. As Flavius the Wisecracker eloquently wrote, there's nothing new in this world. But I haven't received a letter like this in all 7 years of my tenure at Crucis. Prince Adrian orders that you be freed and sent to Marcella. Also, you won't be leaving here on foot. I was ordered to return your gold and belongings, provide you with a horse, and, let me read it aloud, allocate some of my own garrison as your personal guard. Madness!
As that same Flavius the Wisecracker of yours wrote, there is always a kernel of sense in madness.
Whether the prince is sane or not is of no consequence. I cannot disobey my liege. Bastian should have returned your money and belongings by now. If he didn't steal them himself. Quartermaster Aston will supply you with weapons. As for gold, you have plenty already. Go to Decim to collect your guards. He has a platoon of troublemakers he's wanted rid of for a long time now. He'll be glad to hand them over. I also advise you to purchase some dogs for the road. And what else did His Highness request? Ah yes, a horse. Levitt the stable boy has a soft spot for nags too old and worn down to work. I'm sure he can pick one out for you.
It looks like the local climate has changed your temperament for the worse.
Claudius' son actually turned out to have some mercy in his soul.
Why do you say that?
Think about it. Our king threw someone in prison, and his son releases him. Any minute now, he might decide to release all the prisoners. Then where would we be? Without our livelihoods is where...
Oh, don't be such an idiot. If that's so, we'll simply find new jobs. Crucis will have lost its purpose, and we can return home to sun and warmth. Remember that?
Yes, I suppose you're right, Mael.
I was not eavesdropping. No.
Have the lumberjacks brought us our firewood?
No, they haven't.
What's taking them so long? What if wolves ate them like they did with Raud? We're gonna freeze to death without fuel. Halt! What are you doing here? You're not permitted to be wandering about like a stray cat.
Oh, really?
I'm no longer a prisoner, Decim. You're to give me a suitable number of soldiers as escort to Marcella.
So, Centurion, it's true. The warden received a missive from the prince ordering the provision of a guard troop for the prisoner. Former prisoner. Huh? Never heard of a prisoner being released. Ah, well, I believe I have some laggards and troublemakers I can spare. Can I go too? Oh, how I miss the sunny warmth of the capital. No, Bastian, you're not rotten enough to let go. I can still make a decent guard out of you.
I heard your worthless conscripts are accompanied by mangy fighting dogs.
The only thing you'll be getting for free is a family of bedbugs. I spent a year training those hounds. Now, if we're talking about an exchange of gold for flesh, that's another bowl of kibble entirely. You'll get the best dogs in Nostria.
Sounds too good to be true. Are they really worth the price?
These recruits might not be the brightest candles at the feast, but my fighting dogs are as fierce as the warden himself. You won't regret a single gold piece spent on these animals.
Range mode Thunder. What's the best tier 8 CV? Probably Enterprise now. And Shokaku.
Ulagi tribe. Where are the wolfskins? They used to bring us 100 at a time. Vanished as if burnt by Arik. You get everything running smooth. Everything in its place, and everything's working. A brood of vipers. When I find out who's been digging around here, I'll cut them in half.
What do you need, human? A shovel, perhaps? Have you been sent to the stables, too?
Careful with your words, short one. I'm a countess. Don't you dare compare my royal self to a stable hand. Now give me a weapon and be quick about it.
Oh, sacred forefathers. Why would I ever do that?
Because I'm free again. Any more questions?
By Mactus's horns. This is the first time I've ever seen a human leave Crucis on their own 2 feet. If you got gold, treat yourself to something new. Go ahead.
Pago doesn't have 8 people.
Aston didn't shortchange you on equipment. I warrant you'll survive the Albion Highlands. Go, human. May your body be as hard as flint, and your soul as clear as crystal.
Well, a dwarven poet.
Horse.
Aspen is a good man, even though he's a dwarf.
What's wrong with dwarves?
Some folk they are, despite their small size. I read that in ancient times they built palaces underground. That was before the rebellion when everything came crashing down. That was under Kamad.
He promised to pay them, but instead deceived them.
Have you heard about the city of Amboss in Rigurn? It's a trading hub like Floster.
The one where dwarves and humans live together.
The same. They also mine rock crystals there. Nice little town.
Okay, it's nice. And what about it?
All right. Have you heard about the prince's messenger killed there? He was done in by a dwarf.
Yes, I heard something about it. That it was a duel of honor, but I don't know the reason behind it.
You got a real soft spot for the dwarves, Jacques.
It's not the dwarves I admire, but justice. The dwarves seem doomed to a rough time. At first they were oppressed by the Serpentines, and as soon as they were freed, the Regurnians rolled in. We're free people, yes. But they're maybe not so free. And more than this, they're not humans.
Managed to outsmart me, brother. For whom did I build this prison, I wonder? Fate is a fickle mistress. Today you are a king, and tomorrow, just like that, you're no one. No bowing courtiers with forelocks a drag on the parquet. No prostrate petitioners prattling. And women? It's all right, brother. I'm free from my cell. Just wait. Oh my. Who's there? Ah, it's you. You're the one who poisoned that scoundrel Claudius. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
I wish it were me, but...
Don't be modest. You did a great thing here, and history will not forget you.
I think I've seen you somewhere, stable boy. Were you responsible for delivering horses to Rigurn? Oh, by the way, what I really need right now is a horse.
All you're asking is a horse? Just a horse? Have no worry. You'll get our best. Saddle up quickly. You've probably forgotten how to ride after half a year in a cell.
You can go now. Actually, wait.
What now?
I wanted to warn you about sentry golems. Be wary of them once you're past New Tyrene.
Tell me more about the golems.
The mage Rossum took them to clear a landslide. What they lack in brain, they make up in brawn. Since they don't know you've been released, they're liable to crush you. As you pass the southern ruins, find the Archer's squad commander, Ansel. The royal messenger said the squad will join you and augment your escort. I'm hoping that by the time you get there, they'll catch the marauder who's been raiding abandoned houses. Wonder why old Berengarius didn't turn him into a chicken.
Who's this Berengarius? Another escort?
That's up to his magicness. I have no authority over him. Perhaps he'll decide to leave these cold, inhospitable lands for the warmth of the Mage's Tower.
Come on, mount up. I picked out the very bestest horse for you. He's calm and obedient. Stands as if he's rooted to the ground. Races like the wind itself. And very smart. He'll find you anywhere if you just holler for him.
Why should Claudius's death bring you such joy, lad?
Me? I simply despise tyrants. I hate living under a brutal regime. As for me, I've always preferred other methods of control. But what am I prattling about? I am not but a simple stable boy. I mean, I never tyrannized horses by teaching to trot or canter. I used other methods of control. On horses. Yes, that's right.
Okay, that's something.
Do not tarry. Matters of historic proportions are awaiting you. Ride forth and meet your fate. Do not tarry. Matters...
So much. Was it really necessary to all these fields? Why cannot have us? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. At least they don't need freezer. Okay. Stairs are complicated. Fine.
Can it possibly be getting colder? I wish I could make a fire, but that's not an option. Only golems and wolves can live comfortably here. I envy you. You'll be your own master. No commander breathing down your neck, no rules. Sing when you want, sleep when you want, play the flute when you want. And that Marcellan heat. I've forgotten what real heat is like. Not the feeble warmth of a campfire or hearth.
But so whatever.
Playing a wicked hunchback, dragging two twisted legs behind him?
Ha! Hardly. He's a great fat fellow, weak-livered and stooped.
Never speak such things aloud, brother.
What is there to be afraid of? What can he do to me? Pack me off to Crucis like he did to his brother? I'm already here, you see? I've got nothing to lose. Neither children nor family. Why are you getting so worked up, Ian? We had a nice conversation going.
Claudius is a good man. He loves his wife Augusta very much. It's a pity she died during childbirth. People say the queen was a kind woman, not to mention smart and quick to act as well. She tried to get our king to stop drinking mead and wine, and stop overeating.
Yes, it's a shame. Well, at least he didn't royally muck things up with his son. He grew up to be a good man, unlike his father.
You're still young. As soon as the war in Lorien calms down, my advice is to go home. I'll stand up for you. Put a word in that you're a smart boy. Villages were razed, men killed. Once you get there, you can build a house. Fashion a weapon to chase away all the marauders, and then you'll find yourself a pretty wife.
It all sounds so easy when you say it like that.
Maybe it is. Why not?
Okay, people. Keyboard. Summon horse.
Not surprising that people want to leave the Highlands. The climate here is worse than in Rigor.
Okay. Swapping places. That's nice. Oh.
You like the stream title? I tried to go for the more aggressive marketing approach with my stream title today.
That's a change.
I tried to advertise my stream as an accurate description on what day of the week it is. I hope I did a good job. I believe I did a semi-good job determining what day of the week.
Okay. That's all for me. Safe? Okay.